what's up YouTube? Houston here. Look, if you're trying to rebuild your credit, you probably just got out of a bankruptcy. Well, I'm going to show you the 5 ways you can actually rebuild your credit using Navy Federal. Okay? And so the first way, you're going to talk about this, the end rewards, right? Now, many of us have heard about the end rewards. It's a secured card. But the good thing about it, with this end rewards secured card, after 6 months, it should become unsecured for up to $2,000. So say that you put $200 on it. After 6 months, then it should turn into 2 G's, right? Now, before you all start wondering like, okay, well, what do I get the money for to put on the card? I got a couple places I'm gonna suggest to you that don't do a hard pull on your credit that you can actually get up to $5,000. So I'm going to talk about those places as well. But going back to Navy Federal and leveraging Navy Federal to build up your personal credit so that you can get access to more funding using their products. Now, the next one is Navy Federal Pledge Loan. Now here's the thing about it with Navy Federal Pledge Loan. People have been getting 4 and 5 different pledge loans. It's not necessary. You don't need 4 and 5 different pledge loans, okay? I would say if you're gonna do pledge loans, max, I would probably do is 2 pledge loans, okay? And again, not only are these accounts are going to help you build up your internal score with Navy Federal, but it's going to help you build up your credit period across the board. So that way, not only if you're going for funding with Navy Federal, but you're going to be putting yourself in a position to where you're going to be able to get funding from other credit unions and other major banks like Chase, American Express, okay? So that's the reason that you need to look at Navy Federal if you're able to join them. Now, I know that in terms of you have to be military, and I know the situation where I mentioned about how people have been getting their Navy Federal accounts shut down. And like I told you, the reason they've been getting their accounts shut down because they've been buying their access code from other people. All right, and some of those people that give them those access codes, these people are using them to build up CPNs, right? And so if you have a CPN, a credit privacy number, Navy Federal was definitely closing those down. But at the same time, another reason that more people are getting their accounts shut down is because they'll say, oh, my relative is military, okay? But the thing about it is starting to come around where they say, okay, you need to show us proof that your family member is military, right? And they can't show the proof. All right, so this is why Navy Federal is closing down these accounts. Navy Federal isn't closing down people's accounts just to close them down. They don't want to give away business, but at the same time, they see that a lot of people are starting to commit fraud and they're starting to lose a lot of money at it as well. So that's the reason they're starting to close them down. Now, the next account that you want to get with Navy Federal, and you can get these accounts because you have bad credit. Check this out. You have car loans, okay? That's right. Even if you have a 580 credit score, Navy Federal will still help you qualify for a car loan. Most banks, they won't even touch you. But Navy Federal, they are flexible like that. Like I said, and building up your credit so that you can be able to get the maximum amount of funding from other financial institutions. That's the reason I tell people if you can join Navy Federal, join them because it'll give you the leverage to be able to raise more capital, okay? Or you may want to start a car, you know, like a Toro or something like that. So the thing about it is being able to leverage Navy Federal, all right? Now, here's something else you can do. Navy Federal has CD loans, okay? Like I said, having these accounts and you have bad credit is also going to help your internal score as well. So that's the reason that you want these accounts. Now, with Navy Federal CD loans, that means that you get a CD and you can take a loan against that CD, okay? And so that way, again, is building up your credit. And like I said, I'm going to show you where you can borrow up to $5,000 with no hard pull, even if you have bad credit, okay? Now, that being said, the last one I'm gonna tell you is authorized users do help you build up your credit. Okay, especially with Navy Federal, because to think about it, if you have somebody that's already in with Navy Federal, that has a good relationship with Navy Federal, and you're added on as a authorized user, now Navy Federal is willing to give you more credit. Like I said in other videos that I talk about Navy Federal giving people up to $25,000. $25,000 with a 550 credit score. With a 550 credit score, where else can you go to get that type of money when you have a 550 credit score? There's not too many people that is publicized out here in the market that's able to do that for you. All right. Now, in terms of needing money to fund this N rewards or this pledge loan or the CD loan, a couple places you want to check out. Uprover. Uprover gives you up to $5,000, okay? And again, no credit check, all right? What they want you to do, maybe have existing income, continue existing income, an active bank account. So that's the reason, like a lot of people, they're like, well, they didn't give me any money because you don't have an active bank account. You may not have, you know, your income may fluctuate, because they'll even work with people that are self-employed. Excuse me. If you can show proof that you actually have a regular income coming in from self-employed, they will work with you. A broker will work with you. Now, another one is, and I'll have a link below for some of you all that trying to get up to $5,000 in the description. But here's the thing about it. Even like with IndyLand, excuse me, you need consistent income. You don't have to be making a whole lot of money, at least $800 a month. And the difference between these here lenders is most of these lenders like this, they're like tribal lenders, okay? So you know how you go to your casino or something like that, you lose your money. Then those tribal casinos, they have companies they set up and they reloan